Welcome to daily discussion on current affairs. The first topic: Supreme Court of India thought of on menstrual leave for women. The article discusses the Supreme Court of India's thought on menstrual leave for women. The court worries this policy might be misused and harm women's job chances. It suggests creating a careful policy which input from various groups to avoid discrimination and stigma attached to this particular issue. Otherwise, it will create discrimination against women and they will be debarred or will be treated at a disadvantage while in competition with the male, and their job prospect will be affected by this. Let's have an in-depth analysis on this. Working women face setback like the motherhood penalty, which includes career stall due to pregnancy and child rearing. They are also often assigned less significant administrative tasks compared to their male counterpart. So, what is the minimum limitation? What are the concern about the menstrual leave? Potential for misuse. There is concern that a mandatory menstrual leave policy could be misused, negatively impacting women's employment opportunities. Career obstacles. Menstrual leave might become an additional hurdle for women in terms of employment and career advancement. Discrimination fears. Former Union Minister Smriti Irani opposed the policy, citing concern that it could lead to discrimination against women for a natural biological process. Stigmatization. The policy could unintentionally pathologize menstruation, enforcing stigma rather than alleviating it, impacting women's perception in the workplace. How is menstrual leave handled in other countries? Countries like Taiwan and Zambia have menstrual leave policy but face challenges in implementation. Spain introduced paid menstrual leave in 2023, becoming the first European country to do so. However, data indicates that few women have taken advantage of this policy, likely due to complicated process and fear of discrimination. That's why, although this policy is available, but women are not taking the benefit of this policy because they are apprehensive that this may have disadvantage. That's why, although it is available, but they are not taking it. So, Indonesia offers a 2-day menstrual leave, but it is rarely used because women must undergo medical examination to qualify, which discourages many from applying for this. But the draft menstrual hygiene policy suggests, the government draft policy suggests flexible hours and support leaves to help all employees and prevent stigma and assumption about productivity tied to menstrual cycles. This could be a starting point for more comprehensive policy discussion. So that's why this is being discussed right now. But this topic is gaining some momentum for discussion in the recent period. Okay, then the political impact of India's fertilizer sector. The article discusses the unlikely prospect of significant reform in the fertilizer sector due to current political situation. It suggests deregulating non-subsidized fertilizers as a possible step, similar to the existing model for water-soluble fertilizers, to improve efficiency and innovation. The current political impact on fertilizer reforms: lack of single-party majority. Current government's failure to secure a single-party majority in parliament has diminished the likelihood of major reforms in fertilizer pricing and subsidy policy because the government don't have a clear-cut majority. It depends upon the alliance partners who may not be uniform in this particular issue. Subsidy budget reduction. The fertilizer subsidy budget is decreasing from 2,51,333.36 crore in 2022 to 1,63,999.80 crore in 24-25, indicating fiscal constraint impacting reform decisions. Impact of Russia-Ukraine war. The war has led to a decrease in import price of key fertilizers such as urea at $350 per ton and DAP at $560 per ton, and MOP at $319 per ton, reducing the urgency for the price reforms. Our fertilizer price currently controlled, urea price controlled. The maximum retail price of urea is controlled and has remained unchanged since 2012 at 5,360 per ton and rupees 5,628 with neem oil coating from 2025. Right now, urea is coated with neem oil to check its misuse in other areas apart from agriculture. Nutrient-based subsidy scheme. Under the nutrient-based subsidy scheme, non-urea fertilizer like diammonium phosphate, urea potash, and single super phosphate have technically controlled price, but manufacturers issue a subsidy based on nutrient content. However, informal content set reasonable MRP of 27,000 for DAP and 30,000 to 31,000 for the MOP. So diammonium phosphate and urea potash. Profit margin caps. Since April 2023, government has capped profit margin to ensure MRP reasonableness, affecting subsidy eligibility for companies exceeding these limits. What is the procedure for water soluble fertilizer? So general specification issue in October 2015, the Indian government set general specification for commercializing water soluble fertilizers which are 100% soluble in water. Nutrient content requirement. The water soluble fertilizer must contain a minimum of 30% total nutrient, including 25% primary nutrient and the remainder comprising secondary and micronutrients. Contaminant limits. There are maximum prescribed limit for contaminants like lead, cadmium and arsenic. Then marketing procedure. Companies can market any that water soluble fertilizer that meets these specifications after notifying the relevant government authority and waiting 30 days from the notification period. Then marketing procedure. Company can market any water soluble fertilizer that meets these specification, notifying the relevant government authority and waiting 30 days from the notification date. What reforms are needed in the Indian fertilizer sector in the current political situation? Deregulate non-subsidized fertilizer, implement automatic registration for new fertilizer that meet minimum nutrient content and contaminant limits similar to the current procedure for water soluble fertilizers. Regulate liquid fertilizers. Deregulate liquid fertilizer with a minimum of 15% total primary nutrients. Liquid fertilizer like urea, ammonium nitrate have higher nutrient use efficiency, improving crop yields. This is similar to water soluble fertilizer which have nutrient use efficiency of 60%, 60 to 70%. Simplify regulatory framework. Adopt simpler qualifying standards and mandatory labeling for all fertilizers. This ensures farmers have access to high quality products without lengthy bureaucratic processes. Remove informal price control. Lift informal price control on the nutrient based subsidies fertilizer, allowing market driven pricing. Currently prices are controlled indirectly, impacting competition and innovation. Reduction in registration time. Reduce the average registration time for new fertilizers, currently 804 days, to align more closely with international standard like the US 90 days, 30 days in Japan and European Union 0 days, enhancing competitiveness and innovation in the fertilizer sector. Then this topic is in the PDS, public distribution system. This article discusses the impact of receiving free food item from India's public distribution system on household spending. Details how this arrangement allow family to spend more on other essential items, enhancing their overall consumption and well-being. The data from the National Sample Survey helps analyze these effects, especially among the poorest households. How does the PDS impact household food consumption diversity? Subsidized food grain. The PDS provides subsidized food grains to eligible households, which allow them to allocate more financial resources to other food items. This system supports up to 75% of the rural and 50% of the urban population under the National Food Security Act 2013. Household saving and diversification. By reducing the expenditure on staple food grain, family can spend more on diverse foods like vegetables, milk, pulses, and meat, potentially improving their overall nutrition and dietary variety. How does the NSSO handle the imputation of free item values? Imputation methods. The NSSO uses two sets of value for imputing the cost of free items received by the household, the model unit price and the 25th percentile unit price. The approach is applied to both food and non-food items received through the charges. Okay, so the NSSO uses two set of values for imputing the cost of free items received by household, the model unit price and the 25th percentile unit price. Focus on free item. The NSSO especially inputs value of for items. Okay, so focus on free item. The NSSO especially inputs value for items received for free. This is distinct from items purchased at subsidized price, which are not subject to imputation. Impact of consumption metrics. By imputing the value of free items, NSSO calculates the monthly per capita consumption expenditure that includes these free items, providing a clearer picture of the household consumption and economic status. What are the key findings of the household consumption expenditure survey 22-23? High consumption of free food grains. Okay, monetary value of food items. The survey reports an imputed value of food for 82 in rural area and 59 in urban area. This indicates a significant benefit for the free food items contributing to household consumption. Movement between consumption classes. The survey data reveals that the provision of free item helps some household move up to higher consumption classes. For example, 20% of those in the bottom end of the rural distribution move to the next high consumption classes. What are the implications for poverty measurement? Redefining the poverty line. The latest finding from the household consumption expenditure survey suggests a need for a broader discussion on where to set the poverty line, incorporating the value of free item consumed. Inclusion of free item in assessment. Estimating the number of poor households should consider both direct expenditures and the value of free item, such as food grains from the PTS. This approach provides a more comprehensive measurement of household consumption. Okay, so impact of in-kind transfers, in-kind social transfers, like those from the PDS, substantially boost the consumption capacity of the poorer household. Impact so they are able to avail it, and they are able to fulfill their basic requirements of food grain. Substantially boost the consumption capacity of poorer household, implying that poverty measurement must account for this benefit to reflect true economic status of the family. Then next is economic eco-friendly approach to silk processing. Okay. So researchers have found an eco-friendly approach that can eliminate the use of toxic chemicals in silk processing. This new research published in the Chemistry Select by the Wiley publishers have the potential to be used in the sericin extraction from both mulberry and non-mulberry silk such as the muga and eri indigenous to northeast India. Traditional silk production extraction, traditionally toxic chemicals like the sodium carbonate, sodium hydroxide, sulfuric acid and lithium bromide have been used to extract silk proteins, provine and serinin from various types of raw silk fibers, an important step in this process of making silk from cocoons. Serinin removal from the silk, researchers studied 6 different IL and found that one butyl 3 methyl diazolium chloride, one ethyl 3 methyldiazolium tetrachloride, and tetraethylammonia bromide were particularly effective in removing sericin from silk fibers, with the TEAB showing exceptional ability to destabilize sericin proteins. Significance: the researcher hold great significance for the silk industry. It offers a more environmentally friendly alternative to traditional chemical methods. It paves the way for efficient sericin extraction from non-mulberry silk, potentially leading to new applications for those unique fibers. Silk production in India. India is the second largest producer of silk in the world. Its total silk production during 2021-22 was 34,903 metric ton. Karnataka contributed around 32% of the total silk production in the country during 21-22. This is followed by Andhra Pradesh, which has share of 25% in overall silk production. Karnataka 32% and Andhra Pradesh has 25% in the overall silk production in the country. Okay, so during 2022, top is Karnataka followed by Andhra Pradesh. The country produces 4 types of natural silk: mulberry, the purest form of silk extracted from the silkworm, usually produced in yellow, white, and greenish yellow color. Tussar, it is a type of wild silk made from the silkworm that feeds on plants in Assam and Assam and Arjun. People from different parts of India call it tussar, 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 tussa, tussari, and the tosser, etc. Eri, also known as the Irandi and Endi in most part of India. Eri silk is one of the purest form of silk from the east, with a dull yellow gold-like sheen. Muga, produced only in Assam. Muga silk yarn are totally yellow in color. They are considered India's strongest natural fiber and prerogative. Then government initiative for the promotion of the sericulture. For the development and growth of the silk industry in India, the government has implemented several research and development, training, transfer of technology and IT initiatives. The Silk Samagra is an integrated scheme for development of silk industry, which the government of India introduced through the Central Silk Board. Central Silk Board is a statutory body established in 1948 by an act of the Parliament. It is working under the administrative control of the Ministry of Textile and Government of India, and it is the Central Silk Board is the major promoting agency in the matter of silk. It aimed at complete development of the silk industry in India. This scheme will improve the quality and productivity of the silk production and aid in scaling of production. Sericulture development in the northeastern states. The Government of India has launched the Sericulture Development Scheme within an umbrella scheme, namely the Northeast Region Textile Promotion Scheme. This scheme's objective is to revive, expand, and diversify sericulture in the state with a special focus on eri and the muga silk. Next topic is amendment to the administrative role of Jammu Kashmir Lieutenant Governor. So, since the bifurcation of the state into two union territories like Jammu and Kashmir and the next Jammu Kashmir are divided into uh, two union territories. The Union Ministry of Home Affairs recently widened the ambit of the administrative role of the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir by amending the transaction of the business rule. On August 2019, Jammu Kashmir lost its financial status under Article 70 and reorganized into two union territory, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. So, since June 2018, Jammu Kashmir has been under central rule with statehood pending restoration post assembly election mandated by the Supreme Court before September 30th, 2024. Right. So, the last statehood may be again restore to the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir. The Union Ministry of Home Affairs amended the transaction of business rules under Section 55 of the Jammu Kashmir Relation Act 2019, and the amendment significantly enhanced the administrative authority of the Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. Police and public order. The Lieutenant Governor now has enhanced authority in matters relating to police, public order, and All India services. Finance Department concurrence. Proposals requiring prior concurrence of the Finance Department in this area must first be placed before the Lieutenant Governor through the Chief Secretary. Appointment and transfers. Okay, decision appointment of Advocate General, law officer, and prosecution sanctions must also be approved by the Lieutenant Governor to the Chief Secretary. Specific provisions. The Department of Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs is mandated to seek approval from the Lieutenant Governor for appointment and legal matters. Matters concerning the prisons and directed prosecution and the forensic science laboratory are now within the purview of the Lieutenant Governor's decision making process. Okay, so that means through this amendment, the decision making power of the Lieutenant Governor has been increased by the amendment in the Act. So then, Samvidhan Hatya Divas, the Indian government has declared on June 25th as the Samvidhan Hatya Divas because of the emergency declared by Indira Gandhi in India on this particular day. The day will commemorate the contribution of individuals who endure hardship during the emergency period. The day aims to pay tribute to those who fought against the abuse of power during the emergency and to enforce the commitment to uphold democracy. The government declared June 25th as the Samvidhan Hatya Divas to honor the victim and reaffirm the commitment to preventing future abuse of the power. Historical context. On June 25th, 1975, the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi imposed emergency leading to widespread persecution and suppression of the media. So then the Mackenzie River is currently experiencing record low water level due to extreme heat and minimal precipitation. These conditions have caused significant evaporation, severely impacting local community that depend on the river for transportation and the fishing. About the Mackenzie River, so the Mackenzie River flows through the Canada's northeast territory. It is the longest river system in Canada, stretching approximately 1,650 kilometers. The river originates from the Great Slave Lake and empties into the Beaufort Sea in the Arctic Ocean. Historically, the river has been crucial for transportation and the extraction of natural resources. The Mackenzie River basin is home to a diverse range of wildlife, including numerous fish species, migratory birds, and mammals, such as the beavers and the moose. The river holds cultural and economic importance for several indigenous communities who have lived along with its bank for thousands of years. Beyond transportation, the fishing and river supports activities such as tourism and hydroelectric power generation, making it a vital component for the regional economy. Okay, so beyond transportation and fishing, the river supports activities such as tourism and hydroelectric power generation, making it a vital component of the regional economy. Then the Squaluhima dogfish shark. Recently, scientists from the Zoological Survey of India uncovered a new species of deep water dogfish shark, Squaluhima, near the fishing harbour in Kerala along the Arabian Sea. The Squalus is a genus of dogfish shark belonging to the family Squalidea, commonly known as the spur ducks. They are distinguished by their smooth dorsal fin spines. They are recognized by their angular snout, small amount nearly as in wide to the snout. The origin of the first dorsal fin stalk situated behind the pectoral fins and body devoid of the spurs. They are exploited for their liver oil, which is known for its high sequence content, or squalene after processing for the products. Usage: it is highly desirable in the pharmaceutical industry, especially for making top quality cosmetics and anti-cancer treatment. Discovery: two species of the squalars are found along the southwest coast of India, including the newly identified species, the Squalus hema, which shares similarity with the Squalus lalani, which has notable differences. Differentiation: Squalus hema, essentially identified, distinguishes itself from other species through differences in the number of procedural vertebra, total vertebra, teeth count, tooth and head heights, fin structure, and the fin coloration. Then the AgriSure, the Government of India plan to introduce the AgriSure fund, Agri-Fund for Startup or Rural Enterprises, AgriSure. Agri-Fund for Startup and Rural Enterprise Fund. The fund will be established with an initial corpus of less than 750 crores, including 250 crore each from NABARD and the Ministry of Agriculture, and another 250 crore from other institutions. Objective of the fund: promotion of agricultural innovation, improving the value chain of farm produce, rural agri-infrastructure development, and employment generation. Provide aid to the farmers produce organization. It will also promote IT-based solutions and machinery rental services for the farmers. Fund management: the Okay, so NAB Venture, a wholly owned subsidiary of the NABARD, will manage the Agrisure Fund. The fund is structured to operate initially for 10 years with the possibility of extension by 2 or 3 more years. Agrisure Genethon 2024, affordable smart agriculture, tackling cost challenges for small farmers in adopting advanced technology, turning agri-waste into profit, converting agricultural waste into profitable ventures, tech solution for regenerative agriculture, enhancing economic feasibility of regenerative practices through technology. Then coming to the question answer writing, analyze the potential benefit and drawbacks of deregulating non-subsidy fertilizer in India. Fertilizer subsidy in India involves the government providing financial assistance to fertilizer producers, enabling farmers to purchase fertilizer at below market rates. The subsidy covers the difference between the cost of production or import and the actual price paid by farmers. Deregulating non-subsidized fertilizers which are sold at market prices without government financial assistance aims to encourage market-driven pricing, promoting innovation in fertilizer technology and distribution. Potential benefit of regulation non-subsidized fertilizer in India: market-driven pricing. Without government intervention, prices of non-subsidized fertilizer are determined by market forces such as the supply, demand, and competition. For instance, market-driven pricing can lead to more efficient allocation of resources and potentially lower cost for farmers. Increased competition. Deregulation can lead to a more competitive market as company may freely enter the market to offer fertilizers, potentially driving down prices. For instance, more companies entering the market can result in better quality products and improved services for the farmers. Innovation in fertilizer technology. Deregulation can encourage innovation in fertilizer technology and distribution methods, potentially improving efficiency and availability. For instance, company may develop advanced fertilizers such as nano urea that are more efficient and environmental friendly. Faster product registration. Easing the registration requirements can accelerate the introduction of new fertilizers, providing farmers with access to innovative products sooner. For instance, automatic registration for fertilizer meeting certain standards can reduce delay and bring new products to market faster. Enhanced nutrient management. Deregulated fertilizer can offer targeted nutrient delivery, improving crop yield and reducing environmental impact. For example, water soluble fertilizer provide precise nutrient management, leading to better crop performance and less fertilizer runoff. Drawback of deregulation of non-subsidized fertilizer in India. Impact on small farmers. Non-subsidized fertilizers are expensive and their deregulation can impact small farmers negatively. So, small farmers may struggle to afford the higher cost of deregulated fertilizer, affecting their productivity and profitability. Limited benefit for staple crops. Farmers use fertilizer for staple crops, the most which are not very profitable, leading to hesitation in using expensive fertilizers. For example, high cost of deregulated fertilizer may deter farmers from using them to staple crops like rice and wheat. Information asymmetry. Deregulation can lead to a wider range of fertilizer options available to farmers, necessitating proper guidance and education to prevent misuse. For example, without adequate information, farmer might choose inappropriate fertilizer, leading to suboptimal crop performance. Volatility in prices. Farmers may experience fluctuation in fertilizer prices depending on market conditions, impacting their cost of production and profitability. Environmental concern. Deregulated fertilizer might lead to overuse or misuse, causing environmental degradation. For instance, excessive use of certain fertilizer can lead to soil and water pollution, affecting long-term agricultural sustainability. Balanced approach. Implement a phased deregulation strategy, balancing market-driven pricing with targeted subsidy for small farmers to ensure affordability. Education and training. Provide comprehensive training and education program for farmers on the use of new fertilizer products and sustainable farming practices. Support for innovation. Encourage research and development in fertilizer technology to create cost-effective and environmentally friendly options. Improve infrastructure. Invest in agricultural infrastructure to support the distribution and application of innovative fertilizer. Monitoring and regulation. Establish a robust monitoring and regulatory framework to prevent misuse and ensure environmental protection. Public-private partnership. Foster collaboration between government, private sector and research institutions to drive innovation and accessibility in the fertilizer market. Deregulating non-subsidized fertilizer can expedite access to innovative products but may adversely affect small farmers and staple crop cultivation. A balanced approach that includes targeted subsidy, education and support for innovation can help mitigate these challenges by promoting sustainable agricultural practices and fostering public-private partnership. India can ensure that deregulation benefit all stakeholders, leading to enhanced productivity and food security in an increasingly competitive global market. Coming to the MCQs, consider the following statement about the procedure for water-soluble fertilizer. Water-soluble fertilizer must contain a minimum of 30% total nutrient, including 25% primary nutrient and the remainder comprising secondary and micronutrient. There are a maximum prescribed limit for contaminant like the lead, cadmium and arsenic in the water soluble fertilizer. Okay, WSF. So here both 1 and 2 are correct. So consider the following statement about the key findings of the household consumption expenditure survey 22-23. Rural area 94% of the and urban area 95% of the inputted value of the PE items is from the food. Is correct. So the survey reports an inputted value for food at 82% rural area and 59% in the urban area. Both 1 and 2 are correct here. Consider the following statement about the types of silk produced in India. Mulberry is the purest form of silk extracted from the silkworm, usually produced in the yellow, white and greenish yellow color. That is correct. Tussar is a type of white silk made from silkworm that feed on a plant and like asana and arjun, right? Terry silk is one of the purest form of silk from the east with a dull yellow wood-like seed, right? Muga produced only in Assam. Muga silk yarn are totally yellow in color. Both the 4 are correct, so incorrect is none. So answer will be none. So consider the following statement about AgriSure. It is a fund and its full form is Agri Fund for Startup and Rural Enterprises. The fund will be established with an initial corpus of less than 750 crores, including 250 crore each from the NABARD and the Ministry of Agriculture, and another 250 crore for other institutions. So here both 1 and 2 are correct. Consider the following statement about the squirrel hema. They are exploited for their liver oil, which is known for its high sequelance content of squalane after processing for products. Usage, it is highly desired in the pharmaceutical industry, especially for making top quality cosmetics and anti-cancer treatment. Both 1 and 2 are correct here. Mackenzie River is located in Canada. Which one of the following is not a fundamental right related to personal liberty in India? Protection of arbitrary arrest is a right. Right to free legal aid, right. Right to privacy, yes. Right to hold public office. So D is not the D is the right answer here. With reference to dogfish shark, which of the following statement is correct? They hunt in pack similar to dogs, right? All the species of this shark are characterized by smooth dorsal fin spine. No. The shark are relatively larger compared to other shark species. No. Only one is correct. Okay. So consider the following: artificial intelligence, quantum technology, renewable energy, space. Which of the above are the key area of focus under the US-India initiative on critical emerging technology? It is 1, 2 and 4. So renewable energy is not part of that. Then consider the following statement: the primary goal of the public nutrition system is to ensure food security by distributing essential food items at subsidized rate to economically vulnerable population. Right? In India, PDS operates from the Ministry of Rural Development. No, Food and Consumer Affairs. Ministry of Food and Consumer Affairs. Only one is correct. Thank you for watching. Watch regularly to update yourself. Thank you.